afternoon, guys. We're back on the Cape, and it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and we're going to go see how the boat is, and kind of get started with that, and then we've got some new stuff to share with you. Okay, looks pretty good. Kind of baggy up there, but it didn't accumulate any water. Looks good over here. Okay. Well, let me get her unwrapped and we'll get up there and take a look. Alright guys, well thankfully we cleaned everything before we left. By the way, I never get a chance to comment on it. All this stuff up in the V-berth here is all storage. What you're seeing is the weather Windex there. It's still going to go on the top of the mast. All those are my my lines, my halyards. That remember way last winter I cleaned everything. They were filthy. I washed them all and cleaned them. So anyway, all this is storage until I get ready to put her in the water, and then everything goes back on the mast and we'll be up and running. So anyway, all right, well, hang on. Well, this trip I'm going to finish out the mast situation. I'm going to go ahead and make that solder joint up there at the top of the mast on the anchor light. And I brought my little 12-volt power supply with me, and I want to test things out, see how it lights up, and especially now that I've got everything all set with the I don't know what you call that, the light that shines down onto the foredeck there, that's at the spreaders. I want to see how that all balances out, because right now I'm not sure it's going to all run off the same circuit. We'll see. That's one of the things I want to test out. In the meantime, I want to finish sanding out the starboard side of the hull during this trip. And we've got decent weather for the rest of this day and going till about afternoon sometime tomorrow, then rain comes in. So, it's, you know, here we go again. It's the same old thing that we do every time. You know, I get a day, maybe a day and a half of decent weather, and then we're back into the rain and the wind. Well, I guess it's going. Anyway, hey, good morning, guys. Sunday morning, and gonna bring you up to date on what's going on today. So, welcome to little girl again. Beautiful morning coming up anyway. I love when a boat smells boaty. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. Hang on just a second. Okay, so this is what's going on. It's Sunday. Going to be doing a worship thing with my folks this morning. But then, beyond that, got a guy that is very interested in buying the Johnson Seahorse. And he is probably, well, he's going to give me a call about 11. I think he's going to try to get here either right after that or maybe first part of this afternoon. But he lives right out in Brewster. Thankfully, this is not a scam. This is a guy, matter of fact, from what I can tell, he's probably a tax accountant. And lives out in Brewster, and he's going to come, and I'm almost dead positive he's going to buy this thing. He's been very enthusiastic, and he called me yesterday, and we talked for a long time. So anyway, probably have the Johnson sold, and for $200, which is good. because I have also been in communication with Sam the Engine Man. That's what I call him, Sam the Engine Man from Wareham. And Sam has been rebuilding, working on outboard motors for 30 years. Anyway, Sam's got is going to be picking up a Tohatsu this morning, and going all over it, making sure that everything's up and the way it should be. And then he's going to communicate with me, and I probably will be buying it. The price is going to be $300. So that, hey, at least my old Johnson is, what should we say, is paying the bill for most of the Tohatsu. And Sam assures me that the size of the Tohatsu is such that it's going to fit inside my lazarette. And that's all I care, a little motor that's going to put me in and out of the harbor and get me to my mooring and whatever. And yeah, so. All right, so that's basically what's going on for the day. And I'll get back with you a little bit later. I'm going to go in and grab some breakfast right now. I'm starved. And we'll press on with the day. Hey, you guys have a good one. One more thing before I go in. I've been looking around the cabin here, and we got rain coming in this afternoon. I hate it. I mean, this seems to be the pattern. All I care about for today is get the motor sold, and if I even get that done, that'll be great. But I've been looking around the cabin, and I just realized I never finished the staining and urethaning of the rest of the accoutrements in this cabin. I did most of it quite a while ago, and boy, it just spiffed this place up 100%. But I've already got the electricity run out here, and if we end up with rain this afternoon, I'm going to pull another one of my working in the rain projects of getting inside the cabin, button everything up, get my little heater on, get my stain, get my urethane, and start working, and just finish up all the trim inside the cabin here. And it's long overdue, Hey, if you got rain, you can't do your sanding. You can't work up on the mast because you're going to be sopping wet standing out there under the trees. I'll go ahead and just get this job done. And I love this kind of stuff. It's one job that can be done even when it's crappy outside. Well, guys, here we are on a rainy afternoon, Sunday. I'm out here to get a little bit of work done. I've got to get back together in the house at about 4, and it's just after 3 right now. Anyway, what we're going to be doing here, going to start doing some sanding on the trim work in the cabin for what's left of it that didn't get done before, and get the rest of this all sanded, stained, and urethaned. This is not going to be the only rain day that we've got, and I'm just going to do what I did last time. I'm going to do this in spite of the garbage weather. We're going to get stuff done. And I realize this is not getting it ready for the water, but, hey, you got to go with what you got as far as the weather's concerned. So that's what we're going to do. Get the heater going in here. Got light, electricity. I'm going to start doing some masking off because I don't want stain going where I don't want it. So I'm going to be very careful about masking. Keep my whites white and my dark woodwork dark. Or getting my old woodwork sanded out because it's pretty shabby. It just looks kind of run down. This boat is now 50 years old, and it looks it. And except for everywhere that I've already stained and urethaned, and that all looks really good. Excuse me, that's my opinion. But anyway, I want to finish this out, and so that's what I'm going to do. All right, well, with that being said, I'll go over the stuff that's got to be done, and then I need to get back in the house for a few minutes, and then we'll get started on this. All right. So this has been stained and urethane properly. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to look. All of this is brand new, and that's all been done. All this trim up here on the sides of the The bulkheads, that's all been done. But then this is the old stuff right here. And I want this is all sanded out. You can see it's kind of scruffy and everything. I want this all sanded out and stained in urethane so it looks like that. Okay? And this one, that one has not been done either. And it just looks, it looks like a 50-year-old piece of woodwork that hasn't been done in a long time. Then we're going to turn around. By the way, all this is brand new with that nice flame mahogany stuff that I did a long time ago. And then all of these along the quarter bursts, and these are really banged up. This is all going to be done. Okay, both sides, both port and starboard, are going to be all completely sanded out and stained in urethane. Get those all done. That'll be pretty much it because everything else has been replaced. Okay, you'll remember this is. Let's turn this around. This is my mahogany. What do you call it? Cubby faceplate, as it were, with now my marine radio inset into it. Before it was just hanging down on a rusted bracket down below the cubby here. And by the way, the cubby was nothing more than a piece of plywood over the top of it, and it looked like garbage. So anyway, that's all been replaced. Then over here, that's all been replaced with my new electrical panel, new bilge pump override switch. Then in the forward cabin, V-berth, this is all brand new, mahogany, dark mahogany, okay, all the way around. So anyway, that's what's been done a long time ago, and we're just fixing to finish it out. Get all this stuff looking like it should, and updating it from its 50-year-old look. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it. I'm going to get to work. I got some sanding to do. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. It is now 9 o'clock, a little bit after 9. And everything, the rest of the trim has all been sanded and stained. And so it'll get a good 8 hours of rest overnight. This was all just done. This over here. And tomorrow we get some varnish on. And this evening, as I was rounding up my supplies, I realized that the only varnish I had left was completely dried up. So that means tomorrow morning I got to head up to Home Depot and pick up some new varnish. But hey, not bad for a completely rained out day. Even now it's still raining. You can hear it on the tarp out here. And frankly, at 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to be just very happy to get back in the house and wash up and let this old girl rest overnight, and we'll pick it up tomorrow morning. Well, here we are on another lovely trip down to the Cape day, heading for Home Depot, and yeah, you guessed it, it's crap weather again. Anyway, I just made the most of it. I'm gonna go pick up some foam brushes. I was almost out, and I'm gonna pick up some foam brushes and some varnish, and get back up on the boat and crank the heater up and get some work done today. Incidentally, last night, by the time I got done with all the staining, let me tell you something. It was so toasty in there, I finally had to turn the heater off. But it was really nice. It was, you know, just felt like you were right at home working, you know, getting some work done aboard the girl. And anyway, all right, well, we're heading down the back street here, heading for Home Depot. So we'll catch up with you guys when we get back on the boat. Well, guys, we're finally back aboard. I think it's about 11:20, something like that. And just getting here, had a whole bunch of running around to do and taking phone calls and one thing and another. Anyway, so on What's New Corner, I'm going to just add to the list. Let's see, where are we going? Every time I go to Home Depot, 8 brand new foam brushes. Hello. Add them to the stock. And then finally, sadly, they have quit carrying Minwax products at Home Depot, and I really, really resent it. that bugs the daylights out of me. It's all Varathane now, and I hate this stuff. You can't get fast dry. It's just regular Varathane oil varnish. It's a polyurethane, but it's just irritates the daylights out of me when they drop an entire line and you can no longer get Minwax of anything at Walmart. Excuse me, not Walmart. At Home Depot. Anyway, okay, that being said, I've got what I've got, and I'm going to get started here. I want to get started on the varnishing, and we'll pick it up in a few minutes when I get everything set up. Alright guys, well, everything is all stained and varnished, and it's just a matter of let it dry. I'm going to leave the heat on in here, and the light on in here, and I'm going to go grab some lunch. But I'll tell you what, at least for now, you know, it's project long overdue. It is coming down like crazy outside, raining, and I'm just really sick of it. But I got one more project to do here in the cabin, and I think we're going to do that when we get back from lunch. But for right now, I've done all I can, and we're going to head on into the house and grab some lunch here. I'll show you. That's all been done. Over there to starboard and there to port. All right, that's it. Heading in. Hey guys, well I finally got back out here after supper and an absolutely horrendous thunderstorm, torrential downpour. I just finished bailing out probably about 100 gallons of water from the tarp. I mean, just ridiculous. So anyway, but I'm finally back on here. The heat has been going all this time, so it's pretty nice here in the cabin. And I've already started working a little bit before doing this, so I'm going to show you what I've got started here in a minute. But in the meantime, it's time for What's New Corner. And we're going to begin with my brand new, and it's not brand new, this is one of those refurb jobs, but man, it is an awesome camera. And I'm going to turn this around because I want to show it everything else from here on out facing the other direction. So hang on just a minute. Alright, so here we are with my brand new / refurbed Galaxy S8 Plus. Phenomenal cell phone / camera / everything. I mean, this thing is just an amazing piece of equipment. My wife has had an S8 forever, and she's been saying, you need to get you an S8, you know, or Samsung. Her main thing is she just likes Samsung. And meanwhile, hang on, get this back to home screen. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is, she's had a Samsung forever, and I've been working with my little Moto SE6, I believe. Matter of fact, I'm shooting this on my SE6 so I can shoot this business about my new Samsung. I love this thing. What an awesome camera. And camera / cell phone. It's just fantastic piece of equipment. The other thing, this brand new What's New Corner, is brand new shrink tubing. And when I got to AutoZone the other night, because I knew it was coming down here, and I dropped by there and I picked up some shrink tubing, and this is the only way they had it, and it's this massive kit, and it's got lots and lots of everything in it. Let's see if I can get that tuned in. Anyway, the point is, so good. It's got everything from really small shrink tubing all the way up to the big stuff, and I need this specifically for when I do that wiring at the very top of the mast for the new anchor light. I've got to have some smaller shrink tubing, and all I had before, and which I can't find right now, is larger stuff. So anyway, that's just it. Those two things: my Samsung S8 Plus camera / cell phone, and my new shrink tubing. And with that, I'm going to turn this around, or actually going to show you what we've been doing here so far. So this is it. I've been taping off, getting ready to do the sanding and staining of my old woodwork that I mentioned before I went to supper. And everything is done there. And over here, I don't know if you can, here, let's see, right here, everything's taped all the way back. So anyway, I'm going to get to work on that in just a minute. Well, good morning, guys. It's a cold, damp 37 degrees. The rain has finally stopped. It's only going to get up to about the mid-40s today. But hey, at least the rain has stopped. And at 37 degrees, I've got to get out on the boat and get the heat going, because we need to do some varnish today, and I'm not going to be able to varnish when it's that cold. So anyway, what I'm going to do is completely button it up. Well, let me just get up on the boat, and we'll get back to you in just a second. Well, guys, we're back out here on the boat. It's toasty warm in here, having left the heater on all this time. And the good news is I got my Minwax polyurethane, awesome stuff, fast dry. Looking forward to this. So glad I was able to go up to one of the old-fashioned hardware stores up in on the East End and in Hyannis, and they have all the old stuff, all the good stuff. So hey, never gonna go to Home Depot ever again for varnishes or stains. I'm done with them. And so anyway, gonna get started on this right away. Okay, guys, we're back. Had to go run some errands, grab lunch with my wife. We went up to Millway Beach and sat there and ate clam rolls and onion rings. Not bad for lunch. Stopped at our favorite place called Cook's down here on the Cape. Anyway, so right now I'm back. I've already wiped down the woodwork in the V-berth, and I'm getting ready to go ahead and put the varnish on. Thankfully, like I said, I've got my Minwax varnish again, and looking forward to getting some decent varnish on it. And this is going to be all we're going to put on, by the way. It'll end up with 2 coats, because this was already previously stained in urethane 50 years ago, literally 50 years ago. And so this is going to be, you know, everything's been sanded out, stained, 1 coat of poly, well, it's going to be end up two coats of polyurethane. So it's already previously worked wood. And so I'm not worried about getting a whole lot more varnish on it, and this second coat is going to be all I'm going to put on it. So I want to get started on that, and then I got to go run some more errands for my mom. So, all right, we'll catch you guys later. Well, all I can say is Minwax is so much better of a varnish. It's ridiculous. I love this stuff. Just so much better. Smoother application. Nice coat. Just pretty stuff. I tell you, I'm really glad I got my, this is going to be upside down. Anyway, glad I got my Minwax varnish. All right, I'm almost done out here. I've got port all done, and I've got the starboard all sanded and wiped down, but now I just got to put the varnish on, and then I'm done. So anyway, hey, just so pleased that I went and took the time to go uptown in the middle of pouring rain and nasty weather to get my Minwax varnish. Well, guys, I'm coming to you from the boathouse out where I'm working on Clarissa up in Vermont. Just want to let you know this video that you're seeing, or have just seen, has been way too long to begin with, and so I'm just going to cut it short right here, and I'm going to wrap it up with a second video that goes into finishing up on the mast. Some things that I did. I got the wiring done, one thing and another. But just to let you know, all the interior woodwork is completely done, yeah, I'm just glad to have that one behind me. And so, thank you for stopping by Restoring Little Girl, and I'm going to let you just kind of wait for the other one that's going to come out probably within a week. And meantime, I'm heading back down to the Cape, and I have an inside line on 2 motors down there, so I may end up with one of the two either there's a Yamaha 15 and a little Tohatsu. Actually, it's a Nissan. So anyway, both of those, Sam the engine man has looked up, and he's got those things ready for me to look at. So we'll catch you on the next episode. Have a good one, and thanks for stopping by.